What's up, fam? October 6th, 2022, and it's day 6 of the Secrets of the Millionaire Mind cards. And what's happening here is I'm actually picking a card a day that has a message. Each card has a message, and I'm sharing the message, reading it out, and sharing any thoughts that I have about that message, and asking you who's listening if anything comes up for you. Go ahead and comment on this video. That way we could learn from it as well. I want this to be a collective learning experience, and where we could all learn from each other. You know, your thoughts, my thoughts. I mean, we all have something to add to these messages, because I mean, everyone has value, right? You always have something to add. You have your own experiences. That's why I ask. So let's randomly choose one. I mean, which one you want? This one, this one, this one. We'll go with this one. All right. Let's go. Be the best at what you do. Be the best at what you do. To get paid the best, you must be the best. Rich people are experts in their field. Middle class people are mediocre. And poor people are poor in their field. All right, so be the best at what you do, right? So obviously, you know, those that do more are going to be obviously the experts or be the best. You know, this reminds me of, you know, you hear the stories of, you know, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, how, you know, they're, you know, champions, right? They're, you know, great ball players. But what we don't really hear about is how when everybody goes home, how they, you know, they just stayed on the court practicing. I don't know if it was, I think it was Kobe or Michael, one of the two, that they wouldn't go home until they made 1,000 shots after practice. And that's why, you know, when they would be the go-to person to take that last shot, because they perfected it, they mastered it, they were the experts. And even at times, if they knew their team wasn't pulling through, they would just freaking take a hold of the fucking game and just go for it, because they knew that they had already put in the work. So basically what it's saying is become an expert in that field. Obviously, if we just go to work, let's say, you know, just go to work, clock in, do a half-ass job, and then, you know, then that's going to be our pay, right? But if we drag ourselves to freaking work, like, oh man, I don't want to be here, can you expect a raise? No, you can't. And you shouldn't, right? Because at the end of the day, we have to add value. We're trading our time for money, right? And wherever we work, we have to, they actually have expectations of us, right? There's, you know, if you work at a store, there's customers. Without the customers, you ain't got a job, right? Pretty simple. If there's a product, right? If you have a business and you want to, let's say, dominate a market, you have to know, you have to know your competition, but most importantly, you have to learn how to be creative. There's a book called Blue Ocean Strategy, where you don't focus on the competition, you focus on how creative you can get, right? With your marketing, with your ideal client. So the little things that we got to look at. And that's what rich people do. They're constantly learning about, you know, if it's a new industry that's coming out, they have a business. All right, how can I implement this industry? One thing that's coming out that we're hearing a lot about is cryptocurrency, right? Blockchain technology, which is going to revolutionize, or it's already doing it, revolutionizing like several industries. So if you have a business and you're not looking at blockchain technology, or even, you know, cryptocurrency, you've seen, what is it? That meme coin, Dogecoin, I don't know how to say it. But, you know, Mark Cuban was all like, hell yeah, because he was hyping it up and they cashed in, right? They were looking at what people wanted, and they were, you know, they most likely they're learning more and more about cryptocurrencies and blockchain, even Tesla. But overall, that's what it's telling us. Rich people are experts, right? They're looking for the information, how they could stay ahead. They're constantly learning, constantly becoming better at what it is. If it's a business, right? Obviously, they have business, or even there's even individuals who are rich. Who was it? Someone in a big company. They call them entrepreneurs, where he didn't own the company, but he owned a lot of stock in the company, and he was a chief marketing officer or something like that. But he became an expert in that field. He stayed with the company, but at the same time, he was investing, and he's multimillionaire just doing that. But he became an expert in that company. So if you're working for a company, you could become an expert in that field, and you could still make it, still be balling, whatnot. So overall, those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, anything you want to share, and really just think about how you can become an expert in whatever it is you want to do. Right? Whatever, if it's a business idea, if it's a product idea, if it's a service idea, right? If you want to provide services for somebody, how can you really become the expert in that field? And they usually say 3 to 5 years. If you really study, hone in on it, you'll become an expert, right? But you have to put in the work. It's going to take dedication. And of course, you're going to fail on the way through. But it's never a failure. It could always be a learning experience if you don't quit. Let's do it, baby. So let's close it out. Be the best at what you do. To get paid the best, you must be the best. Rich people are experts in their field. Middle class people are mediocre in their field. And poor people are poor in their field. God bless. Take care. See you tomorrow. Share your thoughts, all right? Or comment.